Wow, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hopefully, everyone's having an awesome day. Hopefully, the border cities with Mexico are doing well. Don't know exactly what's all going down there, but with Title 42 ending tonight, I'm expecting some big things coming. But McCarthy promised that he'll have a bill passed to the House to protect our border when he got back from break, and that's what he did. Now this comes from CNN Politics. I think we should get our news from wherever we can. The veto, not veto, but House passes GOP border security bill that faces veto threat. I mean, of course, I don't understand why we don't want to protect our border. I remember Bill Clinton wanting to protect our border and build a wall. He was a Democrat, of course. I'm using him. Trump, which was more like Bill Clinton, probably more ways than one, also wants a border wall. And it was Republicans at the time. I mean, when Bill Clinton didn't want a border wall, and now when Trump was in office, it's the Democrats that flipped. That doesn't want border security, or they have a different way of doing it. I don't understand why we just can't turn away people, make Mexico deal with the influx of people within their country. The House voted Thursday to pass a sweeping GOP border security bill after Republican leaders worked to lock down votes and win over holdouts within their own party. The GOP border bill is dead on arrival in the Democratic controlled Senate, and the White House has issued a veto threat, but it will serve as a messaging opportunity for House Republicans' majority on one of their signature priorities. The final passage was planned to concede with the expiration of Title 42, a pandemic era policy that allowed certain migrants to be turned away at the border. I don't know if they're really being turned away. It looks like they're being processed, held for a certain amount of time, and is released back into the streets of the United States. The vote was 219 to 213, with Republican reps Thomas Massie and John Dort breaking rank to vote no. The bill would restart the construction of the border wall and would increase funding for border agents and upgrade border technology, reinstate Remain in Mexico policy, place new restrictions on asylum seekers, and enhance the requirement for E-Verify, a database employees use to verify immigration status. Republicans leaders worked for months to negotiate the border and immigration package, a key piece of legislation for the GOP majority focus on issues that Republican lawmakers ran on the midterms, but crafting immigration policy has been proven complicated for the House Republicans, exposing divisions within the GOP conference. Thursday vote took place after the House GOP leaders agreed to make last-minute changes on the package aimed at concerns that other various provisions for some of the members. One issue has been over the language that asks the Secretary of Homeland Security to issue a report determining whether Mexican cartels or foreign terrorist organizations. Some Republicans push leaderships to take it out of the bill, concern that will create a new credible fear claim for asylum seekers. I don't know really what that means, other than that they report to determine whether Mexican cartels are a foreign terrorist organization. Some Republicans push leadership to take it out of the bill, concerns that could create a new credible fear claim for asylum seekers. Okay. Since Mexico is full of cartels, They fear that they'll be able to use that as a solemn to get into the United States, is what I'm thinking. I think I understand right now. On Wednesday, Florida Rep. Byron Donalds confirmed that the leaders would be tweaking the bill to address members' concerns, including an amendment to change the foreign terrorist organization language. I guess language. Yep. There's also concerns over the provision in the bill to expand E-Verify, with some Republicans worried that without reworking the agriculture visa program, a provision that can make it difficult for rural farmers to find a pipeline of workers. I mean, if you're in a small town, wouldn't it behoove you to get with the local school division to get children to work those fields? I mean, I know it's not really hard labor, but it could be considered hard labor, but maybe getting the community more involved to where you don't have to hire migrant workers, or maybe have people go there and go shopping at the source. I think that's how some farms do it in Michigan, where I don't know, you pay 20, $30 for a bucket of vegetables or fruit. I don't know really how much it costs. It's been a while since I've done that. I'm just saying, you have to get creative. Rep. Dan Newhouse, in a tweet on Wednesday, said that leadership had committed to addressing concerns raised over E-Verify in the package, and he said that he would support a package as a result of those assurances. The Biden administration veto threat against legislation, criticizing the measure, saying that the bill will make things worse, not better. How is protecting our country making things worse? How is protecting our borders making things worse? How is making sure people don't cross our border illegally making things worse, not better? Shouldn't we protect our borders? And of course, the measure does nothing to address the root causes of migration, reduces humanitarian protections, and restricts lawful pathways, which are critical alternatives to unlawful entries. It restricts lawful pathways, which are critical alternatives to unlawful entries, because the bill does very little to actually increase the border security while doing a great deal to trample on the nation's core value of international obligations. It should be rejected, the statement said. Who said that? Who said? Oh, the Biden administration said that. Of course. Of course, they would say that because they would have to admit that they're wrong, and they will never admit that they're wrong. They won't even admit that they involved on the topic, because that's also admitting that they're wrong. And not only would they have to admit that they're wrong, they would have to break a campaign promise that they're going to have open borders, because that's what they felt that they won on. Either way, it's not a really good look. We have to protect our borders, because without borders, we're not a nation. I mean, that's not just a bumper sticker. That's if you just let people come in, rob you blind, all of your resources. Once the resources are gone, they move up to Canada to take all their resources. We're still going to have no resources, or we're going to be spending generations rebuilding what they took. We cannot be a doormat for the world. We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough manpower to take care of the rest of the world. We can only take care of our own country. And if people were really serious about the root causes, I mean, there's a lot of root causes. One of them is corruption within their government. A lot of the root cause for corruption with their government is the corruption within our government that's going into Latin America, creating a banana republic. not letting them to be determination of their own selves, so they have to go to extreme, which they get a dictator, which makes everything great for the short period of time, but over a long period of times it makes it worse. And now they have no trust. So there really is no way to address the root causes because you have to erase history. The only thing you could do is maybe have enterprise go down there, show these people how to be productive, show them that they could produce their own wealth, also improve their infrastructure, and also assist them in rooting out criminal elements within their government and abroad. Maybe we could go to Mexico and take out Mexican cartels. I mean, of course, this will have to be approved through the Mexican government, but there's got to be some path to fix Latin America. Now, Mexico was already broken. Mexico was broken through our drug use and their way of life, from my understanding. I don't think we really broke Mexico other than taking California, New Mexico, and Texas. And I think I'm missing one more. But you get the point. We would have to not nation build, but nation build in order to address the root causes. That's in my personal opinion. Hopefully that makes sense. With that being said, that is my video for today. Like always, it is Thursday, so this is my last video for the week. So hopefully everyone has a awesome weekend. That being said, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.